go. All right, so marching towards optimal health. This is, what did we say this month was?
Oh, that's on our next-
Nutrition, right?
Yep.
March is National Nutrition Month. So look at that. We're all celebrating the month together. Woo, woo. The campaign Celebrate Each Year during the month of March focuses on the importance of making informed food choices and developing sound eating and physical activity habits. Now, the reason that we put this on there is we know that this program is not a diet. This is a program that is going to help us not only get to our goal. Yes, we're going to lose the weight we want, but we're going to get to that healthiest as possible. And food choices, that's something we're going to be learning. We have the fuelings right now that definitely help us stay in structure. We have the 1 meal a day if you're on the 5 and 1, that we are learning what a healthy, lean, and green look like. So we are developing habits that it's going to help us not only get to our optimal health, but to help us stay there. So we're learning those new habits of health throughout the whole program. Element 5, we're going to talk about the mindset, understanding how this is a relationship. Our optimal health is a relationship. Understanding the hot or go or cool and no system, KNOW, the way that we react to certain situations. Identifying specific strategies that will help us stay above the line and improve our relationships. So all of these are within element 5. Now, if you see the 3 things in the picture, some of you got the transformational system whenever you ordered your program. Some of you did not. Now, the reason that maybe some of you didn't is most of the stuff you can get the digital version of now. Definitely the app. The app is fantastic. That's one of the apps that I use. That's not the only app I use. I use one called Eat Wise. Love that app. But that one is all about reminders. You know, when you eat first thing in the morning, you click the button that says eat. It sets your other 5 timers for you. So some people really need that. This one will just help you stay in structure, making sure that you're remembering what you ate, when you ate, also getting your water in. It helps you know where to be in your life book. And the life book is another book that it's an interactive book that it will take you a year to rewrite your story. Now, some of us are, we need the pen and paper, be able to take the notes, be able to journal and write it down. So that would be a great book if you do not have it and you are someone that needs that handheld book, be able to write in it, take notes. I would order that with your next order. But if you're not someone like that and you would rather listen to it, every one of the elements in the life book, like element 5 that we're talking about today, is on YouTube. So Dr. Anderson goes over every one of the elements in the book, so you can listen to it in the car or when you have downtime. The Habits of Health is a fantastic book for the whole program. It has a whole chapter on transformation once you get to your goal, and then living in optimal health. So that book is a great resource. I know they are working on the audio of the Habits of Health book, but it is not complete yet. So eventually it will be an audio book, but it is a nice book to be able to use for resources throughout your journey and once you get to your goal. So it's something you can order at any time, but it is available to you. Fantastic books. Your goal to create, let's see if I can move this. Yeah. Your goal is to create a micro environment of health, a protective bubble to shield you against obesogenic forces and nurture your growth and transformation. So we really are trying to learn all of the small micro habits so that we can live in the optimal health. So we got to learn the little steps that's going to help us be able to transform that into those big steps.
Basically, part of that is the thought that there are so many other things around us that that will, let's say there are some things that can trigger you around you that will make you go to the fridge and decide, hey, I'm going to eat. Okay. So when you're talking about the obesogenic, okay, forces, it's not just talking about the food around you, but the people around you, the environment you're in at the time, the stresses that are coming upon your life. Okay. All these things have a way of just making you throw out the good habits or making you throw out the things you want to do and do the things that you don't want to do. Okay. So that's what we're talking about here when we're talking about that.
Yes, exactly. Living above the line or below the line. So that could be the bubble of people you're with, your surroundings. So, sometimes we aren't sharing with others that we're on a health journey. And maybe we go over to a family member's house, like grandma's or our aunts, and the way that they show love is what they make you. Could be that apple pie, it could be the biscuits and gravy, but that's the way they show love. It is a good thing to tell them, Grandma or Aunt Kathy or whatever, I really am trying to get control of my health and become the healthiest me possible, not just for me, but for everyone I love. Can we not have that whatever when I come over this time? Later on, once I get to my goal, that will be different, but let's just visit. Being open and telling the people in your circle that you are making these lifelong changes, you're making these health changes, will help you with that growth mindset. And it is okay for people to know that you're on your health journey. And I've had someone tell me that I don't want to tell anyone because they have seen it before. I lose the weight, I gain the weight. I lose the weight, I gain the weight. We're not going to let that happen this time. We want to help you and walk alongside you, get to those goals, but implement all of the habits, the elements, everything that you're learning while on the program so that you can live in that optimal health once you get there. So being open and honest that you are making these changes. It's not a diet. It is a health journey that you are on, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. So let's be open and honest with people. And you know what? You are going to have those people that are going to want to derail you. And that could be because they haven't been successful, or they don't want to see you better yourself because they don't even know where to begin to better themselves. That's okay. You show them and you love on them. It's okay if they're not ready for that journey, but live it out loud, because eventually when they see the changes that you are making in yourself and how it is affecting your energy and your quality of life, eventually they're going to come right alongside you and they're going to want the same thing. And then you can bring them with you and let them enjoy all the benefits of our program as well. So many people need what this program has to offer. So many people need to know that they can feel good and they can be successful. I know for me, I needed something that was going to help me be okay with getting up in the morning and having the energy to take care of my family and to be a teacher and have the energy to love on people every day instead of not feeling good and feeling like, I'm going because I have to, not because I feel like it. So I want to bring as many people with me as possible to that optimal health. And you're going to get to that point too, but living it out loud and telling people this is where you're at and this is where you plan to go, and you would love their help and support. Okay, so the hot and go system, cool and no system, that's our reaction, like Matt was talking about. So whenever we have something that triggers us and the way that we're responding that is where we want to think, okay, whenever this happens, whatever it is, what am I reacting to? Am I going to the refrigerator? Am I a stress eater? Because stress is in my life. Am I grabbing something and putting it in my mouth? Am I reacting quickly instead of saying, okay, take a deep breath. What is going to help me get to my goal? How am I going to react to this? The stop, challenge, and choose that Dr. Anderson talks about. Knowing what is causing the certain situation, and then taking the time, take a breath, take a drink of water, do something to give yourself time before you react. So knowing those triggers is one thing, but getting in the habit of how we react to all different things is where we're going to start making changes. So don't respond right away. Stop, take a deep breath, grab your water bottle. I don't have one sitting by me right now, but I almost always have my water bottle next to me. My goal is always a gallon of water a day. So if you stop, take a deep breath, take a drink of your water, then react. 99% of the time, that reaction is not going to be, oh my gosh, I have to have chocolate, or, I need whatever. So responding differently and making those new habits. You want to add anything?
It's not something that if you're not used to it, it's not something that you're going to change overnight. This is one of the habits, as we're talking about, one of the habits you want to form. Okay. And it takes time. You're probably gonna screw it up sometimes, but over time, the more you do it correctly, okay, the more you just stop, challenge, and choose. And the more you do it, the more it's like practice anything. Okay. You're going to get better at it. All right. But it takes time. It's not something you've done before, but you can, but it is doable. I know we can do it now.
Mm-hmm.
I was laughing a little bit about Suzette talking about the somebody who loves on you by feeding you, and that was her with me.
Mm-hmm.
over the years before I did program and she did program, is that she loved on me by baking me cookies all the time. Okay, which got me to the program, basically. And so she would bake me, and I learned over time how I could get cookies, because when I would say, hey, I want to lose some weight, I want to go on a diet, she would immediately get up and go bake cookies for me. Okay. So that was something that a habit that was formed, in the sense that, but it was a bad habit. And then it got me to where I needed to take blood pressure pills, cholesterol, I was way overweight, all that stuff, until we got to program. But now that is not an issue anymore. We now are focused on stop, challenge, and choose, making sure that we are making that correct decision. It's because it's a well thought out decision, instead of just a reaction about something.
Yes, exactly. And that is the goal, that getting to our optimal health. We're going to have to make those choices to be diligent. So, and sharing it with people in your circle, that you are on a health journey. You are not on a diet. You are learning new habits, and you want their support. And sometimes in our friend group, we may have to take a step back and not socialize as much while we're at the beginning of our health journey, because they're not on board with that yet. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you're cutting ties and you're not friends anymore. You're just not going out with them as much right now, so that you can learn to make the right choices in that situation.
And that's something we already know, that you really need, what they say is, you five people in your life that are going to support you. Okay, that are going to be supporting the decision you make, and you really know who they are. You do know the people that are going to be, hey, I love that you're doing this, go get them, all that. And those people that are going to be aren't as happy about your decision. Okay. And now what you have to do is, in a loving way, say, this is what I'm doing. And you still love on those people that aren't as supportive, but you kind of, at this point, need to distance yourself a little bit. Okay.
Right.
And those 5 people that you know that are going to encourage you, those are the people that you need to hold on to tighter and pull in closer, because you know you need that at this time. You need that positivity, and you don't need the negativity.
And
Okay.
sometimes those people that you're surrounding yourself with are right here in this group right now, or our lifelong transformation page, or your coach, people that you can reach out to and say, oh my gosh, I am having one of those days. Can you help? You know, or just getting those tips. Our lifelong transformation page is fantastic. I've seen so many people post pictures, questions, getting that extra support. There's people on here that can give you the support you need, as well as you give it back to them. And your coach, that is a great place to start. So there's at least 5 people in that area that you can get that interaction with. Now, knowing the things that are going to throw you off is very important. If it's stress in your life, learning how to react to that stress. If it's going to the Mexican restaurant that you go with your family every Sunday, is that going to throw you off? I know for me, chips and salsa were a big thing. Holy cow. They put that in front of me. I was going to eat it. So we just don't go there whenever I'm on program or Matt's on program. Now that it's been so many years later since I have, I got to my goal, I learned the healthy habits, things in moderation are not going to derail me. It's whenever we were doing it all the time and I would bring the chips home. Oh, I've got kids, they have to have snacks. True, we want our children that if you have children at home, I've heard that many times, I have to buy kid food. Well, the kid food could still be healthy foods because we don't want our children, our teens, whatever, learning those habits that we're right now trying to break in our own lives. So having the healthy options of snacks will help keep us on the right path, but also help them learn the path that they need to be on. So knowing those emotional stressors, the personal stressors that we may have, and be able to make the decisions before they become a problem. So knowing them, but also being able to spot them is key. So, that's again, take a step back, take a breath, take a drink of water. How are we going to deal with this so that we can stay on our journey?
And knowing your environmental triggers, knowing that what are the places that you are at, even at your home, even in front of your home, in front of your TV, is that a trigger for you to, hey, I have to have something to eat, or I need something to snack, I need something in my mouth. And that's something that's a habit that's been formed. Okay. That's not something, you just don't think about it. You say, oh, I sat down here. Hey, I need a bag of chips to watch this show. Okay. Understanding what those triggers are and being able to replace that trigger with something positive. Okay. In your life. So that really understanding where your triggers are, what are the things that when I go here, this is what I feel that I need. And then stepping back and stop, challenge, is this going to get me to where I want to be in my health journey or in life, not just in your health, but in your overall life? Is this going to help me? And then challenging yourself, yes or no. If not, choose the right decision, making the healthy, the smart decision.
Exactly. 4 important questions. What is happening? Know what's happening around you. What did I want to have happen? Questioning that. What is missing? And then what's next? A lot of this still goes with that stop, challenge, and choose. So being able to see that, okay, like Matt said with the TV, this is happening. We're going to sit down here and we're going to watch a movie. What am I going to do in place of that big bowl of popcorn or the bag of chips or whatever? Making those choices as they're happening will help keep us from being derailed on our mission to get to where we want to go. So knowing that will definitely help. That stop, challenge, and choose. Tips to improve relationship. Here's the actions. Immediately cinch your breathing. Are you getting all worked up? Do you need to take a deep breath? Cool down before you speak or act. And this is in everything, not just when it's relating to the food. Do we act first or do we think about what's happening? Take a drink before speaking. Having your water bottle in your hand at all times. I mean, you're not going to react if you have that water bottle up and you're taking a drink and you're taking time. Choose a response that will improve your health. So don't act before you calmly look at the whole situation. Count to 10. So count to 10 backwards, but taking that little bit of time before you react to a certain situation. Tips to improve your relationship. Sleep on it before responding. Get a better night's sleep. If you're in fat burn, you're noticing you're getting a better night's sleep. So woo-woo, that's awesome. Smile and be appreciative. Think of the good things, the positive things. I wake up in the morning and I decide I'm going to have a good day. When I was a teacher, my kids would say, Mrs. Richie, why are you always happy? I say, because I chose to be happy this morning. Sometimes it's a choice. Be open, curious, and desire growth when challenged. That could be, letting your grandma know that, I am trying to make better, healthy choices. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have the biscuits and gravy next year, but right now, that's not part of my getting to the healthiest me possible. So
and one of the good things I always like to say is especially with people stressors, pray for those people. It's really hard to be mad at people if you're praying for them daily. Okay, so pray, stay in prayer, and you'll see a lot of things change with that. So
exactly. So what actions are you going to take as a result to this element? So let's talk about that. I'm going to stop sharing so I can see everybody's beautiful face. So what are some of the things that you have done or that you want to do to put into practice to start making some of these changes? Was there any tips in here that you find beneficial or that you already do? Yeah, go ahead, Roberta.
I like what Matt said. I think it was stop, consider, and act. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Stop considering it.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like that one. It's kind of like stop, look, and listen, So it's stop, considering, act. Yeah, I really like that one. And also I like the part about making the conscious decision of if this is good for my health or not so good.
Exactly.
And that's not an easy thing to do initially, okay? Because we have such a habit of just doing without thinking, okay? It really learning to stop before you're making a decision. It doesn't have to be, a long, but you're stopping and then you're deciding, is that what I really need for my health? And not just physical health, but overall health, okay? My mental health, every overall health, emotional health, is that really what I need? Okay. And then making the right choice, the choice that that's going to be best for that, instead of just grabbing something or saying something that you're going to regret later. I know we've all done that, right? Saying something that you're going to regret and have to apologize for later, or just try to avoid those people that we've said it to before. You know what I mean? So it's much better just to stop, challenge, and choose, and then make that right decision.
Exactly. Anyone else? Well, let's all practice that this week. And like I said, find the people in your circle that's going to help encourage you and support you on your journey. Reach out to your coach this week. Even if your coach is one of them in Arizona, they would love to hear from you. And bring along people with you that are ready to make some changes in their health. Having somebody on the journey with you, wow, That is amazing. It's so much easier when you have that support. And if you don't have anybody in your sphere right now that's ready to start their journey, look at the names on this right now. Reach out to one of them. Everybody on this Zoom right now is in lifelong transformation. Message them. Say, you know what? I need someone that I can talk to. Do you want to be one of my support system? Support each other, encourage each other. Fantastic people on our page. So anyways.
Well, I just want to say this element, it may sound simple, it may sound like common sense, but it's not something that we implement every day if we don't really practice it. And but with this element, it's really one of the greatest changes that you can make in your life, and greatest changes you can make, not just for your physical, not just for the plan, the program, but for the rest of your life. You're going to see so many changes within your life, but so many changes within your relationships that you have. Again, the huge thing: surround yourself with people that are going to bring positive energy into your life. Okay, that are going to love on you. They're going to love the decisions that you make. They're also going to be they're not always going to be yay, 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 but they're also going to be people that are going to be able to speak into your life when they see your life's going the wrong way. Your life, you may be making a bad decision. You want those people around you too, that you know that, hey, I can trust their decision. Okay, I can trust how they feel about me. I know they love me enough to tell me the truth about what I'm doing. Okay, and be again, those people that are around you that you know that are dragging you down. Love on them, show them that, hey, I can't, this program works for me. This works for me. It can work for you too, even if they don't want it this time. The more you love on them, but understand from a distance, the more you love on them and showing them through a change in your life is going to help them in their life. And that's huge. Okay. That's why as Christians, that's what we're called to do, to love on people and to lift them up.
Exactly. Well, all right, everyone, have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on Saturday next week.